Kaidon Salter and Juju Lewis' future met with new demand. Is Colorado's three-man QB system turning into Deion Sanders' worst nightmare? Well, for now, that's exactly the case. Fresh off losing against the Houston Cougars with a 36-20 margin, the Buffs are now at 1-2 after Week 3, and the reason behind it? Their QB inconsistency is such that even after trying out Kaidon Salter, Julian Lewis, and Ryan Staub, things are getting out of their hands. And why wouldn't it be? Staub threw 2 interceptions and a single TD with a 54% completion rate against the Cougars. That's not something that screams excellence. So what's Sanders' demand from his QB room? After trying out all 3 QBs in the league, Deion Sanders understood that his guys have potential, but their stability remains a big issue. And now he's just making sure his team has that. It's there. It's there to be had. People just have to step up and do it. Sanders said, "We're going to get production and consistency out of that position. We will get it. We will get, sometimes you got to take the long way to get there, and you got to lay down the foundation, say this is the way it ain't going to be." That urge to fight for consistency and production makes sense, looking at their 3-week run. First, Liberty transfer. Salter started in the first 2 games but failed to make an early impact. Through 2 games, he has just thrown 1 TD pass with no interceptions and also showed his dual threat ability with 2 rushing scores. But despite those contributions, his overall game couldn't do much for the team. Then their Week 2 game against Delaware was a 3-man rotation where Salter took the first 2 possessions and then Julian Lewis got 2. With that came in the star of the night, Ryan Staub, who followed it with 4 consecutive drives after he led the Buffs to TD drives before Salter and Lewis came in to close the game. Now, that instantly made Staub an overnight sensation, as that stretch gave him one of the biggest opportunities of his career, and that was starting in Week 3 for the Buffs' Big 12 opener, but he ended up messing it up. The worst part? The numbers aren't that great with a touchdown, but the situation gets weird when the yards were earned during garbage time. So now you know why the situation looks worse for them. But even with odds going against them, Deion Sanders isn't losing hope. And he just has one clear demand from his QBs, whoever is going to step up. Leadership and consistency, Sanders said. That's it. That isn't much to ask for, is it? I look for that from everyone, every man and every woman that's involved in my life. Now with the QB drama, even the Buffs defense looks out of line, which is allowing 430 yards per game. Crazy, right? But that's the situation. It will be interesting to see which QB finally steps up against Wyoming, as all signs are already pointing towards one name. Does Deion Sanders have a name for Week 4 QB1? After trying out every QB in 3 weeks, Deion Sanders is going back to Kaidon Salter for Week 4, and ESPN sources confirm it. And let's be real, that makes sense, as Salter began the season as QB1, starting the first 2 games before Ryan Staub took over in the 36-20 loss to Houston. Despite starting off early, Staub struggled in the second half, as Colorado managed only 6 points after halftime, falling to 1-2 overall and 0-1 in conference play. Whereas Kaidon Salter's record speaks for itself, with a 23-6 career record as a starter, he's better than the other 2. And even Deion Sanders has a name in his mind. That's right, when asked about his possible QB1 against Wyoming, he said, "Yeah, most definitely I have," but didn't give away the name. Yet on Wednesday, CBS Sports confirmed at first that Salter is the one. And in these 3 weeks, this guy has made the most impact by completing 68.2% of his passes for Colorado, throwing 1 touchdown and rushing for 2 more. Now, let's wait and see if sources are right about the QB1 or if Deion Sanders is going to throw a different ball altogether.